All right, so I'm just going to go over some of these 45, 45, 90 triangles for you guys. It's totally different, really, from anything we've done. There is a connection to the Pythagorean theorem. I'm more than happy to explain that when I get back. We're just going to go over this little chart that you kept seeing in the notes, the chart that looked like this. So L on all the notes right there, the L stands for the leg, which is either one of these two sides. The other leg, obviously, they're in this case, like I highlighted here on the first page of the notes, they're the same length because it's a 45, 45, 90, or a right isosceles triangle, which means that the two legs are the same. And then HYP stands for the hypotenuse. So just like we have up here, the leg is the x value, whatever value you want it to be, 10, 20, 32, 5, 6, 9, whatever. And then the only difference between the value of the legs and the hypotenuse is that you just multiply by a radical 2. So when the two things are squished together like that, that means multiplication. And a lot of times in the notes I'll say attach it at the end, attach it with multiplication. Alright, so let's look at a couple of these blank ones that I printed out here for you guys. So again, I'll have my little chart sitting here in case we need it. Hope you guys can see this okay. Alright, so the first two here I gave you one of the legs. So if we draw our little chart, and again, the legs are always going to be the same as each other because this is a 45, 45, 90. So we know that one of the legs is 6, which means that the other leg has to be 6. Now the only difference between either one of the legs and the hypotenuse is that this radical 2 is attached at the end, which means my hypotenuse must be 6 radical 2. That's all you have to do for this one. So your other leg is 6, because again, these guys are congruent in a 45, 45, 90. And then your hypotenuse is 6 radical 2. All you do going from the leg to the hypotenuse is you attach a radical 2 at the end, or you multiply by radical 2. Alright, let's look at the next one. The next one of your legs is 7. So if one of your legs is 7, your other leg has to be 7, right? Because 45, 45, 90, the two legs are congruent to each other. And then to go from either one of the legs to the hypotenuse, you attach a radical 2 at the end. And in this case, attach means multiply by radical 2. So we're just going to do 7 radical 2 for that. So 7 and 7 radical 2. Alright. Alright. Next two down here. In this case, they give you the hypotenuse, don't they? So we have to do the chart backwards. Leg, hypotenuse, x, 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 radical 2. Okay, this time they give you the hypotenuse, so that's going to go in the hypotenuse column, and that's 3 radical 2. All right, so you look and you say, all right, well, what do I have to do to go backwards? What disappears from this box right here to this? Doesn't the radical 2 all of a sudden disappear? Right? It's not here. So if I have to get rid of the radical 2, basically, if when they're together, they're squished together, so to get rid of it, I have to divide by it. So really what I'm saying is 3 radical 2 divided by radical 2. And conveniently, they cancel out. And what are you left with? You're left with just a 3. So that means that both of the legs are 3. So if the radical 2 disappears, you're dividing by it. Alright, another one over here where they give you the hypotenuse, and conveniently it has a radical 2 involved. So the hypotenuse is 9 radical 2, so that's going to go in that column. But to go back this direction to the legs, I have to get rid of that radical 2, right? So to make it disappear, right, like it disappears from here to here, I have to divide by it. So 9 radical 2 divided by a radical 2. Again, conveniently, they cancel out. And just like over here with the 3, I'm left with just the 9. So that's going to be my leg value for each one. Okay. Next ones. I'll just keep moving the chart down just in case you want to see it. All right, this time I'm given the hypotenuse But what do you notice about the hypotenuse? I don't have a radical 2 to get rid of, do I? It's just a 10. But didn't I say up here, when you were getting rid of it, you're basically dividing by it? So we would have to do 10 divided by radical 2. And that's going to get kind of ugly. I'll leave that for either later this year when we have more time, or I'll leave that for your Algebra 2 teachers. So we're going to teach you a little shortcut. Step 1, when you're given an even number for your hypotenuse. So even hypotenuse. Here's what you do. Step 1, divide hypotenuse by 2. So what is 10 divided by 2? 5, right? And then step 2, attach a radical 2 to the end of it. So then this is going to become 5 radical 2. So both your legs are 5 radical 2. Alright, so just like on this one gives you an 8 for your hypotenuse. So we have an 8 for the hypotenuse. And again, like I told you guys up here, we had to divide by the radical 2 to get rid of it. We have to divide by radical 2, but since there's no radical 2 to get out of the way, it's going to get ugly. So you do your cool little shortcut here. You divide by 2. So what's 8 divided by 2? Hopefully you said 4. And then the second step, you attach a radical 2 at the end. So this is going to become 4 radical 2. And the legs are the same, so they're both 4 radical 2. Now technically this works on an odd hypotenuse too. So maybe instead of me saying up here even hypotenuse, it's one that doesn't have a radical at the end. So let's try these last two. I made these last two odd on purpose. Alright, so my first one here, I don't know if you can see that. Ah, there we go, perfect. This one is 3 for the hypotenuse. Alright, so if we follow our steps, we're supposed to, and the steps are up here, we're supposed to divide the hypotenuse by 2, and then we're supposed to attach a radical 2 at the end. The problem is, if I do 3 divided by 2, that's not really going to get me anywhere, right? That's the best we can do. So just leave your 2 there in the denominator and attach a radical 2 at the end. And since these guys, these are the same, these two columns have to be the same as well. Oops, and that's a 2 there. And you're all done. 3 radical 2 over 2. 3 radical 2 over 2. Okay, so again, my hypotenuse is a 9. There's no radical 2 to divide by. Let's not get into the messiness of it all. So we're going to follow the shortcut. Step 1 says divide your hypotenuse by 2. Well, 9 divided by 2, that's going to give us an ugly decimal. Let's just leave it as is. Step 2 says attach a radical 2 at the end, and you're done. Alright, so the big thing is going from one of the legs to the hypotenuse, you attach a radical 2. Going backwards, you get rid of it. So attaching, you would multiply. Making it disappear, you're dividing. So for example, if these are 4, these would be 4 radical 2. If you had one that was 16 radical 2, both these guys would be 16. The only time you're going to have to deal with a real tough one is if your hypotenuse is even. So for example, 18, right? There's no, or it's just not, there's no radical 2 at the end. So you just divide that number by 2. 18 over 2 is 9, and then you attach a radical 2 at the end. Or you have the same thing where there's no radical 2 at the end, and the only thing we could do to make this harder for you guys is just make it an odd number. Say, I don't know, 13. So 13, I'll move this down, divided by 2. Can't get anywhere with that. Just attach a radical 2. And there you go.